coming up. Oh, that's showing us her silver face. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, R2-D2.
I remember you now.
With boobs.
Can you talk about NPR?
NPR.
Yes. Is that a Star of David? Did R2-D2 have a Star of David? A Jewish female R2-D2. Of course. How did I miss that? I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, please. Nisha, think for a second.
Yes, I would love to talk nerdy to you. Noah Adams, Susan Stanberg, Linda Wertheimer. Yeah? Is that doing something? Is that doing something for you? Yeah. All things considered. Yeah, give it to me, baby.
What is NPR?
National Pubic Radio.
It's not.
It's
yeah.
Oh.
We're keeping track.
National. I worked there back in 1995, long time ago, and I was a geek. I was crazy about NPR for some reason, and I knew everybody's names, but I'd never seen their faces. And the kind of amazing thing about NPR, when you're at NPR headquarters in Washington, D.C., is you see, wow, these people really do truly have faces for radio. There is a reason that they're not network television anchors. Don't tell them I said that. And Susan Stanberg, if you're in the audience, that's not about you. Okay.
Is that it? Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
My question is for all of you. I was just wondering, what was the most embarrassing moment on set?
Yeah, that's Julie just said it's.
Can you translate for me, please?
Yeah, could you please translate? Oh no, you. Yeah, there.
I was just saying,
you don't get embarrassed on that show easily.
I don't really get embarrassed.
Not there, you don't, because they're a bunch of rough and tumble boys. Like if you farted, they applaud. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't get. They're very low maintenance, so I don't know how you could get embarrassed there.
Like the whole crew, everyone makes you feel really at home.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
It's a big family.
Which isn't like every other show. I mean, some shows, if you're on for one episode, you feel like a guest. You never totally feel comfortable, you know. But this show very quickly, and like I didn't know I was going to be there for 6 episodes or whatever. So when I got there, immediately I felt like part of the family. So I don't think I was embarrassed.
Because I remember everybody being like, wow, shouldn't Julie be so embarrassed? But evidently not. Yeah, I can't think of
embarrassing moment. Embarrassing. You probably have a few.
Thanks a lot.
Well, you're on there predominantly more than Julie and I were, so
consistently do more embarrassing
you know what?
stuff.
I got one, but it didn't really have anything to do with on set. They were shooting Twilight behind us, and it was a really big deal for. Like we just thought, stick it up your ass. Like they were. No, and I don't mean I wasn't knocking Twilight. I just mean because all the sound stages are all in the same area in Burnaby. It's all very industrial, and they've been using those other stages around us for years. They've never put up netting and you know blackout blinds and stuff like this. And all of a sudden, Twilight come in there, and I know it was a very big deal. There were a lot of people rolling around trying to find them. Security was very tight, but they put up these huge blackout blinds between the fences and. If you knew Jensen and Jared, and they could not have cared less. So they're kind of shutting us off because we might see something, and I don't know if it was a paparazzi thing or we might take pictures of one of them walking to set. Good God, could you imagine? So they were just like, get over yourselves, you guys. You're not that important. And I remember I'm out at my trailer, and I think I've got my robe on, and I want to see over the fence because I just want to see over the fence because I'm seeing this blackout blind. I'm like, what is on the other side? So I'm standing there, and oh, I know what was embarrassing. The gun. That was doing this. And one of the cleaner guys, you know, I've got a robe on. I think I'm like, you know, underwear and my bra, and I'm bouncing up and down. And one of the cleaner guys is in the window of one of the other things, And he's literally got a mop in his hand, and he's watching me and my brother this road, bouncing up and down, just doing this over the fence. And I don't have small boots, right? So it was an event, and I think he enjoyed it. But you know, the gun episode was embarrassing. The whole, I don't know if you guys heard about that. Jensen and Jared have talked about it. When I had the gun and I'm shooting and I'm doing all this, and everybody's ducking, and because I didn't know. I never had a shotgun in my hand, not a real one. Do you guys know about this? That was embarrassing. Well, I'm trying to be all demon fighter, tough chick, and I've got my gun, and they give you a real gun. We were shooting, it was as we're running into the hardware store where Joe dies. You guys know that, right? I'm not... What? Spoiling it, and I've got a gun, and we've got to really shoot them. And when real guns are on set, it's pretty intense. Like, you've got to be careful. They've got a security person there. Like, they're real... I mean, this is how Jason Lee died, right? Wasn't that, it was Jason Lee? I mean, they have to be really careful, so when they show you that... There's a really formal way of doing it when you've got real guns. And the boys are always carrying guns, and I've got this huge shotgun. It's bigger than me. And so they show us what we're going to do, and I've got to go bang, 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 and run off. And the one thing, the rule of thumb, when you've got a real gun, you never point it at anybody. Never, ever. Even though it's not, there's nothing in it, don't point it at anybody. Nobody told me that. So I'm running along, and I'm like... So we go bang, 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 and I'm like, they kept jamming on me, and I'm like, it won't, you guys, it won't. And Jared and Jensen are just shit, they're diving out of the air, and I'm like, and Jared goes, stop, and I'm like, what? Because I think there's something there. And we're all, and I didn't realize they're talking about me, because I'm doing this. And they're yelling, and I'm like, what are they yelling at? Is something coming down on us? And so I'm doing this, and what? They took the gun away from me after that. That's my embarrassing story. Sorry, that got a bit long, didn't it?
No, it was nice. That was good.
Did you have one?
Speaking of guns,
I
hate guns in real life. I get nauseous and I hate them. I really do. But when we get to play with them on set, well, not play, like for serious play. I got to work with a huge semi-automatic recently. It was really fun. It was awesome. I did over 600 rounds, and I blew up the front of a house and a Lamborghini.
What?
It was really fun. I would totally do that again.
Why did you get to do that? All in one shot?
It was for Nikita, airing September 30th. Episode on NBC. I play a character who's, her brain's taken over. I tend to do these a lot, huh? People control me. That's the only way I can do stuff that's not cute. Aww. I could get all psycho. Yeah, anyway, it's fun. You should watch it.
Are you going to share an embarrassing moment?
I've been thinking, the only thing that's coming to mind is actually super disgusting, and I don't know if I want to share it.
Oh, yes, you guys can handle it, right? You want to hear it?
Look at that. Yeah. We'll give them a minute to get out of here, get out of earshot, and then I'll tell the story. Oh, she has a question.
Oh, okay. We'll let that go. God, stop.
The first episode of this season, season 7, guy in the back. I'm going to tell you some serious behind-the-scenes spoilers right now. I got food poisoning, and it was bad, and it was a really, really, really cast-heavy day, and I ran to my trailer, and I had to drop trowel. And I was sitting on I ran in so fast, it was like I didn't have time. I just bolted straight in, got onto the toilet, and then I was like, oh no, actually I have to puke more than I have to not. So then I immediately jumped down onto my knees with my pants around my ankles, and what?
Yeah.
You asked for it, and then the producer and the director and the second AD all walked into the trailer to check on me. and I literally hadn't had time to shut the door. It wasn't one of those kind of things. So,
Are you making this up?
no, it sucked. I was really in bad shape, and then they had to put this stuff in my mouth for the scene, and like I had to sort of spill it out of my mouth, and it was so awful. And then I was just like green. Eventually, they actually canceled the shoot. They canceled the shooting.
They really did?
Yeah.
Wow.
They shot. It's like the sort of climactic scene, and they shot the whole scene with a body double, a guy dressed as me with a wig on to look like me, and everything is done with the back of his head. And then when we came back to shoot it again the following week, finish the scene off, Jensen was like, so actually that's not how your body double did it. So I had to do like the whole climax scene based on what this body double had done.
What the double did.
Just sort of the blocking that he did. He really did this.
He did a good job,
Yeah.
did he? Okay.
No, apparently not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Phew, thank God for that.
They made him.
Be out of a job.
They made him get out of their eye line because he was so distracting.
There, you did ask, so there's your answer. I got a visual that's not good right now. I bet you all do too.
Very romantic.
See you down on. Anyway.
Sorry.
Shake it off. Woo. I don't want to see that in my Eddie Mark.